Look, for us, I've been a Kiwi. The greatest experience I've had in any cricket team was when we won the World Cup semi-final.
That afternoon in March, it felt like all of Auckland had turned up to Eden Park, ready to witness New Zealand's first passage to a World Cup final. In a rain-curtailed game, the South Africans had set the hosts a stiff target.
The first thing I remember is the noise, because New Zealand is not a cricket country, it's a rugby country, and you usually don't see so many people at a cricket ground. And it was almost like the entire spirit of New Zealand had got encapsulated and poured into that stadium that day, and the noise that you will see in a game in India or in any part of the subcontinent, you felt it there.
The topsy-turvy chase came down to the last over of the day with 12 to get. Along with Vittori was New Zealand's unlikeliest of heroes, about to become immortal.
I mean, Grant Elliott was not one of the big players, and all the big players were out. Guptill, Ross Taylor, Williamson, Brendon, McCullum, of course, they were all gone. And so they had to find a hero from almost from nowhere, and Grant Elliott had been a fairly journeyman cricketer for New Zealand. It was he was not even in the World Cup plans till a year ago.
With 5 runs required off 2 and Dale Steyn steaming in, Elliot hit the most important shot of his life.
When Grant Elliott hit that 6 of Dale Steyn, it produced one of the most poignant moments in sports that I have watched, certainly in cricket, because it almost seemed inevitable. You know, there's a backstory of Grant Elliott being a South African who came to New Zealand and finally knocked South Africa out from the World Cup. But in all that noise, you just could feel the silence in the South African hearts. And Dale Steyn didn't even get up. Everybody, and you saw an entire team completely dispersed. Nobody had any words to talk to anybody else.
Look, for us, I've been a Kiwi. The greatest experience I've had in any cricket team was when we won the World Cup semi-final. It was just what it did for our country, what it did for those cricketers, and the relationships that which will be lifelong was unbelievable. And I think Grant Elliott was a great example of that, what he was able to achieve.
I mean, South Africa made mistakes. There was no doubt that they made mistakes. There was a catch dropped. There was of all people, Abby muffed a run out. You sense, last 10 overs when the match kind of yo-yoed, you almost sense that South Africa are going to lose it again.
The South African dream lay shattered again. But for cricket lovers, it made for a story that spoke of the sport's greatest moments.
Finally fell on Grant Elliott to go down and pick up Steyn from the ground. And you could virtually see the tears in their eyes. And I remember at the press conference later, A.B. de Villiers came for the press conference, and it was clear that he didn't want to be there. And you saw his eyes and you saw the despair of a nation.
And so I'd have to say that was the best moment I've witnessed in a World Cup.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.